Hey friends, let's talk about place value. So we've been learning about place value in math, thinking about tens and ones. And so today we're going to discuss how to count tens and ones and kind of what that means in place value. So I'm going to start with a number. I'm going to make a box up here so that I can type a number in and you can see it. So let's start with the number 28. Let's just show the number 28 on our place value map. So let's think about this. The number 28 has two digits. It has a tens place and a ones place. So how many tens do I need to show this number? I need two tens. There are two tens in the number 28. And how many ones? I need 8 ones. All right, so now I'm showing the number 28 with place value blocks. I have two tens and 8 ones. Well, what if I didn't have this number up there? And I asked you, what is this number? How would you figure out what that number is? Well, there are two ways. You could write out the number. So I see that there are two tens and 8 ones. And when I write out that number, I get the number 28. But there's another way that we need to understand how to count in place value. So we know that tens, each 10 is worth 10 and each one is worth 1. So what we do is we always count our tens first in place value, just like we look at our tens first. The 10 is the first digit in a 2-digit number. We also always count the tens first. So I'm going to start by counting by tens. I'm going to count my two tens. I'm going to count them by tens. So if I count that by tens and I write those numbers, I'm going to get 10, 20. So that's 10, 20. And then over here, I'm going to count on by ones. And I'm just going to click on it as I count. So I have 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. And that's how I count that number 28. Okay. Let's see. Let's do another number. So, oops. I'm going to move them all over here. It'll take too long to put them all in the right spot. All right, let's show the number 45. So if I'm showing the number 45, how many tens are there in that number? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 tens. And how many ones? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm going to practice counting using tens and ones. I count by tens and then count on by ones. So I get 10, 20, 30, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. So let's talk about the value of each place, the value of each digit. So let's look at tens first. So I have 4 tens in this number. That's how many tens I have. But this number of tens, these 4 tens, have a value. And when I talk about the value of the tens place, I want to know how many this is actually. I know it's 4 tens, but what does that represent? What does that equal? So if I want to know the value of my tens, I count them by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40. So the value of this digit is 40. Well, over here, I need to know the value of my ones place too, but I don't count these by tens. There's only one of them. I count them by ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the value of my ones place is 5. When I add these two numbers together, when I add 40 plus 5, my tens plus my ones, I get the number 45. We call this down here, we call this expanded form. When you take the value of the tens plus the value of the ones, you get expanded form. So this is 40 plus 5 equals 45, and that's the number. 4 tens and 5 ones, that's the number 45. let's do one more just to practice counting one more time and to see one more example of expanded form. Let's do 62. So how many tens do I need? 6. 1, 2, 3. There are 6 tens, and how many ones? 2 ones. Now I need to know the values. I'm going to count by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And I know the value of 6 tens is 60. I can hear that when I say the number 62. And then the value of my ones, 1, 2. And that gives me 60 plus 2 equals 62. I'm going to practice counting one more time. Remember, we count by tens and then count on by ones. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 61, 62. So that's how you count on a place value mat. That's how you count out your tens and your ones, and then the value of each place gives you the expanded form for that number.